Hi, along in this video, I see nothing, people with nothing but potential. You have potential, and you have potential, and you have potential. Hey, Malene, how y'all doing today? Uh, this is a video about something that happened earlier today about a power outage we had, and I was just going to just post a little thing on Facebook about it, but it's got a funny story behind it, so I thought I'd do a whole video about it. You see, I got my new shirt that was kindly given by a friend on Facebook. I did a video called Thank You Friend. And also, it's in correlation to the video I'm uploading right now, the Banquet fried chicken dinner review. Because sometimes, a lot of my videos, they relate in some way. Each video, so I can do like reference videos and stuff like that. Sometimes people just do a video like boom, boom, boom. Each one's like unrelatable. A lot of my videos are referable to something else. And this video is referable to what happened. And it's a power outage that we had. I was doing my chicken fried chicken review, and like 5 minutes after I was done with it, the power went out. And it was weird because I heard a loud pop, a loud bang, a loud explosion type thing, and then the power went out completely. I heard that. Well, it was like a loud bang, a loud pop. I said after I heard that sound, I figured the power might be out for a while because we haven't had really any problems with the power outage in a while. I think in the summertime we had like little ones like last like a minute or we had like maybe one that lasted a couple hours, but this one it might last for a while. And the weird thing was I did a review of something when the power went out right when during the middle of my video and it came on like about 2 seconds later, and then it went out in January for like a couple minutes, for like a minute, while I was working at Lesko's, and then the power from Lesko's is there must be on the same group between mine and my dad's. And today, well, no, Tuesday, right during the last 10 minutes of work, and then it's like the owner of the place is real stingy. He wants you to work right up until the bell, which is bullshit and stuff like that. But during the last 10 minutes, we had like 7 minutes left, and then the power went out. So that was the end of the day right there. And Roger said, just on the machine I'm working, just hit the emergency stop button. So that's what I did. And I went outside, got all my stuff, and then the power came back on about right at 6 o'clock. And I went back in and punched out. Because we wouldn't have been able to punch out otherwise. But I went back in and punched out, and I left with my friend, and that helped me out. So that was cool. But this one was something else. We were down for a while, and we were trying to call the neighbors, and we didn't get any luck with that. Two of the neighbors, and we called the landlord Kennedy at Kennedy's hardware store, and they said the story behind that was someone called Penelec, and they said like a squirrel crawled up and got cooked by the transformer, and that's what blew the power out. And then my dad told me that. Me and my dad started laughing. I know I'm going to get some hate from some people who don't think that's funny, but my dad and I were laughing. And there's more to that story later on, but I want to tell you what happened now. And then when that happened, when the power went out, I finished my meal on that. I said, well, my dad came out and said, what's going on? I said, well, the power went out. And he heard the bang, too. It was really loud. And he said, I wasn't around here. I wasn't anything in the trailer, nothing like that. And so I went ahead and started doing the dishes. And I couldn't turn on the dishwasher, of course. I did that, and then after that, I wrote some checks for my dad. He wanted me to write and mailed them out and got the mail. I wanted to get a bath. I finished my Hulk Hogan book. I got to do a book review on that sometime. And then I was just going to sit down and start reading, and then I read a little bit. I said, well, I might as well, since we're setting our clocks ahead an hour, we're losing an hour. I thought maybe I'll try to get an extra hour of sleep. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. So I did. Woke up, and the power was still out. I was like, oh, shit. This has been out for a while, and it was getting really cold in there because the furnace, we have gas, but the furnace needs electric to turn it on and off. Thankfully, it was in the 30s today, so it didn't go down too low, but it was like, when the power finally came back on, it was down like 66 degrees, and my dad was complaining he was so cold. He was like this the whole time, but he had a blanket, and he gave him a shirt and stuff like that, but he was complaining it was cold. There's nothing I can do about it. The electricity controls the furnace. And, well, anyways, What else happened? Oh, and then I started reading my Brett Hitman Heart book, and that book's pretty good so far. And then after that, we started calling again. We called Kennedy's again. He said, maybe you should call Penelec again, see what's going on. We called the McDonald's in Albion to see if their power was, that they had a power outage too, and they said their power was still on. My dad called the Penelec, and he was talking to a lady on the phone, and she told him the same thing about a squirrel getting cooked. Well, no, she said the squirrel got fried. And then my dad said, what did you have for dinner? And then the lady started laughing and said, no, I didn't have for dinner. She was laughing real bad. My dad said, well, if it's really good, maybe you can give me some too. Have some squirrel. And that was funny. But she said that, I don't know exactly what time it was. She said that they were just getting over there now to fix it. And they said it probably won't be on until 5 o'clock. And because they said they had a whole bunch of other calls. My dad was kind of surprised about that. And then, so I said, heck with that. I got my blanket because it was going to get cold. Put my shirt on, and usually I just hang around my door at home. And I started reading my Brett Hitman Heart book. And so and I was telling my dad what was happening in the book. My dad doesn't like to read, so I was just telling him bit by bit because he likes wrestling. I was telling him bit by bit about that. And I was telling him about more stuff about Bill DeMott, really evil stuff that he was doing with his wrestler he was training that I didn't mention in that video. Really bad stuff. And then we started to hear the electric come on just a little bit. I turned off the front. I turned off the major appliances. I don't want them going haywire, whenever, shutting the electric down whenever it starts to come back on. And it tried to come back on a little bit, and it finally came on about a quarter to 5. About 4:44 actually, or 4:42, 4:44. And so the power came back on. And so, I mean, because I was going to space out these videos. I was going to do that. I was just about ready to do that after I was done doing the dishes and the mail and stuff. I was going to upload that fried chicken video earlier in the day. And just didn't get around to it because there's no power. I couldn't do that because I had the battery in my laptop, but that didn't really help much because the modem shut off. It said you're not connected to a network. So, great. But that's all right. No big deal. I'm glad power came back on. I'm glad it was in the 30s so it didn't get too cold in there because my dad would really have complained if it was got really cold. And as far as make sure you set your clocks ahead an hour tonight. And then also, thankfully, we're going to get into the 40s starting Tuesday. It's snowing. It was snowing today. It's going to snow tomorrow, Monday. It'll be in the 30s, and then I'll start. It'll start getting up to the 40s all next week, Tuesday through Saturday at least. And I think Friday and Saturday might rain. And also, I thought I'd tell about a couple other things. Talking about the weather and stuff, they had something on the news about them running out of rock salt. About you can't find rock salt anywhere because whenever the bad thing when it starts to thaw out, it melts the snow, and then you get that layer of ice and it's slippery as hell. At least the snow gives it traction. And right where our mailbox is, it's really bad. And they said there's no rock salt to be found. We got a whole big bag of it because usually people are out of stuff, we're out too. Or like if people have stuff, we're out or something like that. This is one time we have plenty, which is awesome. It's a good feeling. But the people are looking for rock salt. They'll probably find it eventually. But they said there's other things you can use like. At Lowe's they have like water softening salt you could use or break it up with a shovel or something like that. I know around my screen door, they had it was froze shut with ice. I take a hammer and smash it away, But that could be a little bit exotic because you just take all your aggressions and hammer away on that. So that's on that. And then also we were watching test kitchens because we missed America's Test Kitchens, not Cook's Country. Because America's Test Kitchen is usually on at 3:30 on every Saturday on PBS. I always try to watch it if I can. It wasn't on because they had a pledge drive, but on the Create channel they had Cook's Country. And they had these crazy food savers, man. They had something to save a stick of butter. It's like a little piece of plastic, little piece of silicone that, like a little square that fits right in the end of the body. They said it works really good. It's $5. $5 for that thing. It might cost 10 cents to make. Well, they're making the money, and then they got something to save bottles of beer. But I don't think people like drink a beer and then leave a half-empty thing of beer, but they got like these little plastic caps that'll fit right on your top of your beer bottle. And they're like real teeny tiny, but a set of 6 of those is $7. Someone's getting rich off that because it don't cost that much to make those things. And they were saying some of these other things don't work very well. Or like the real cutesy, like they're like something to save grapefruit, they're shaped like grapefruit, bell pepper shaped like bell pepper, but it doesn't work good at all. I thought I'd mention that. Yeah, I know, but that was my power outage video. I know people have had like really bad power outages before. Probably the worst power outage we had was way back in the 80s when the Albion tornado hit. I should probably do a video about the Albion tornado, my memories about that. I've been doing everything else whenever. I got to find out. I can't remember the day. It was in May 23rd, I think, of 85, I think. I'd have to look. I don't know the exact thing. I have to have the book about the tornado happening. I should probably read that too. And no, that was the worst power outage we had. Whenever that happened, our power went out. We didn't know why. We went outside. We saw Action News 24 run real fast, and we found out that there was a bad tornado in Albion. We were like 4 or 5 miles away, and we got debris in our yard, and our power was out for like 3 days. And then we found like a certain part of the transformer blew, and we didn't know, but we went to investigate what was going on at that electric plant real close by to where we live, and finally called Penelec, and they fixed it. But I mean, I want to talk about that more whenever if I do the video and stuff. So there you have it. That's my power outage, and then I started talking about other stuff. And that, like I said, I was going to do that banquet thing earlier, and then do this, and then my dinner video. So I got my dinner video coming up next of stir fry I did. So stay tuned for that. So it's like a cooking video, but done like in one take. So I think you'll like that. And I hope you like this video where I rambled on forever about power outage of 2015 where a squirrel got cooked. I don't know if someone ate him. Maybe the electric guy, when he went to fix transformers, just picked out and go, you never know. Some people might not think that shit was funny, but I thought me and my dad started laughing. Even when it was cold and we were a little bit, we weren't really angry about, the power being out, but, I took advantage of the daylight, and just doing stuff I had to do. And then when night came around 6:30, hoping the power came back on. So hope you like this video. I talked forever about the power of 2015. So till next time, buddy, please take care of my legion. You have potential, and you have potential, and you have potential. You remember that commercial? That's the Pinocchio Geico one. That's where I'm doing a joke from. Some people don't understand my humor, but that's where the joke's from. All right, take care, everybody.